July 7th marked the 25th anniversary of what for many is their favorite installment in the long-running franchise, but yes, Final Fantasy IX officially turned 25 on the 7th, and well, how did Square Enix mark the day? They released the video. Like, oh my god, guys, we know what you're doing, okay? We've heard the rumors, the rumblings have been out there for a long enough time. There was a fan project detailing and going down a massive overhaul. It's just, at this point in time, can we just do a little bit more than just, some fan wank? Because honestly, like, Final Fantasy IX has never been my favorite installment. Okay, it's definitely the second best of the PlayStation Final Fantasy games, okay? At least the ones that were released on there. I think over the course of time, outside of 3, that was the only one that wasn't playable, because, I could pull out my copies of it. I've got the Origins double pack, what is it, Chronicles, that had 4 in Chrono Trigger, and then I forget what was the one that had 5 and 6. I forget, but then you also have 7, 8, and 9. But 9 I've probably played like a half dozen times, and most recently is a bit of a stretch, but it's been a minute since I've gone back and played through it, and I love the characters. Okay, second best cast of characters on the PlayStation. And for my money, I don't know how controversial this is, but the OST for 9, best of the PlayStation era, which is widely considered the best, full stop. Like, I don't even like 8 like that, but it also, like, the Balm Garden theme just lives rent free in my head, and I can just think about it at any point in time and just immediately calms me down. It's my happy music. I'm only partially joking on that, but 7's iconic, but 9, I think it edges above 7 in multiple respects. I think the world is better, the characters are better, the music is better. It's just the villain is weak, and especially the way that and I know that it's a callback because 9 was just supposed to be self-referential to the rest of the series, guys. It was supposed to be a sign-off. It was a love letter to everything that came before it, but it still doesn't excuse just that trash tier final boss. It just it's like, oopsie daisy, it wasn't Kuja after all. It was, is it Necros? I forget the dude's name, but I always just get really pissed. It's like, I really like this game, and then disc 4 happens, and it's like, oh, this is why I don't like it anymore. But I really want to run it back, but I'm just waiting, man. I'm waiting because I don't know, maybe I'm just holding out hope beyond all hope. But let's talk about how Square Enix decides to mark this quarter century of greatness for Final Fantasy IX. Just not too many great movies, rather games, not movies. But anyways, they released a kind of a movie, and then also you can you see that off to the side? I got to pull this up here for a second. Maybe no, you can. An animated series going into production. Oh god, that's not what we wanted. That's not what we're looking forward to. That's not what the rumors have been talking about for years at this point in time. But Square Enix have released a 25th anniversary special movie for Final Fantasy IX, featuring various cinematics from plushies, jewelries, figures, and a tale vinyl. There's plenty to look forward to with the Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary. And there's a reason that I paused Garnet in that specific picture right there, because that's my response to this. It's like, oh, for Christ's sakes, this is what you guys do, huh? You hype up, you make a website earlier this year, you hype this up as, the 25th anniversary. It's so nice that you at least, denote such an important day, but you do nothing with it. But cool, we looked at the website. Oh god, I guess what that would have been the lead into the Switch 2 before, all of that controversy went off, and there was rumors that, hey, maybe the remake could be announced there, but then it took until, what was that, Sony's Summer Games Fest conference, where they said, we got a remake coming, not the one that you wanted, but, another one from the PlayStation era. Final Fantasy Tactics is getting a proper re-release, proper remaster, and it's like, ooh, I'm actually looking forward to that as well, and that's coming out in September. But I kind of want something to play, because thank God I'm just about done with 16, and what a disaster of a game that was. Holy Christ, I can see why that there's probably more of a renewed internal push for Square Enix to return to turn-based strategy, because holy fuck is the gameplay bad in 16. Like, the characters are just absolutely atrocious. The plot makes no goddamn sense. It is all the worst aspects of 12, 13, and 15 all wrapped into one. I hate that game with a burning passion. It is a slog to get through. For as much as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth turns hours into minutes, that one turns minutes into days. Like on Friday of last week, okay? I had a couple of hours to, just play a game and, enjoy myself for a second, but every time I would just simply look up at the clock, where it's like, okay, I have, 2 hours. I think I set aside 2 hours, but okay, yeah, I stopped playing this, okay, because I got plans at 8, so you know what, if I just stop playing at 8 o'clock, I should be good, everything will be great, and then I'd look up, and it's like 15 minutes past. It's like, okay, cool, just get through this mission, trudge through this, you know, atrocious gameplay, where, you know, fucking Streets of Rage from back on the SNES had more complex gameplay than that fucking button mash simulator, but I digress, yeah, and then I'd look up again, 5 minutes that have passed, and it's like, oh Christ almighty, okay, I'll crank through another mission. Then I look up again, another 5 minutes have passed. It's just such a slog. Meanwhile, like, it's been what, just about 10 years since I played through Final Fantasy IX. Like, there was a point in time where, you know, I was going to go through and I was going to fill in all the gaps of all of the prior Final Fantasy games. I think this was probably in the lead up to, might have been in the lead up to 15 or something like that coming out, because, you know, back when it was first announced at Versus 13, it looked really cool, and then 15 came out, and well, I got to run it back with all of the proper content over the top of it. But yeah, you know, I think I started with 7, played through 7, 8, and 9. I think I might have I probably did 6 in there as well. But yeah, for whatever reason, I think I just stopped playing. Maybe things took longer and then 15 did come out or something like that. I just don't remember. But yeah, it's been enough time. It's been enough time where I kind of want to go back and play 9, but I also kind of just want to wait until they release the fucking remake, okay? Because even Domino's, like, this is hilarious, even Domino's are asking for the Final Fantasy IX remake to be delivered, which is very funny. Like, the Wendy social media pages and the Domino social media pages, they're quite funny, they're quite good. And the only reason that they're hopping on the bandwagon, because you got the PlayStation Instagram account, okay, the official PlayStation Instagram account, posting pictures of, you know, the inbox 4-disc copy of 9. Yeah, my copy is the greatest hit, so it's got the green spine and everything like that. It's not far, but it's packed up. Let's just go ahead and say that. But yeah, man, you remember box art? Remember how cool it used to be? And especially the Final Fantasy 3 and 4-disc releases, and that Yoshitaka Amano art. It's so great. I've showed you guys, like, I got the Sky box set, art book box set, which is, you know, one of my most cherished possessions, because, you know, Amano's art is just so tremendous, man. It always looks so good. And then, yeah, that key art right there, Bahamut staring down Alexander right before he shelters, what is that, Galbadia? It's been a minute since I played that, but why are you doing this, PlayStation? I understand that, you know, you could say, oh, congratulations and happy 25th birthday to Final Fantasy IX, you know, the last time that we've seen it on PlayStation. Like, stop tickling us. Stop tickling it. Just release the goddamn remake, because we've heard rumors, you know, it's been rumbled, it's been bantied about for a while, but apparently now the remake is in trouble. Oh, Christ almighty, man. Don't tell me this. Because there was that fan remake, okay, totally from the ground up. God, this is what, going on probably like 5, God, even longer than that. Because 5 years ago is 2020, which is just still wild to think about. But yeah, in the before times, somebody was making, you know, a complete and total remake of it, you know, putting it in a brand new engine and all that stuff. And, you know, he was sharing out different updates from it. And then all of a sudden they stopped. And then he did one final announcement that, yeah, has got a C&D from Squaresoft, from Square Enix, so this is never going to see the light of day. It's like, oh, for Christ's sakes. Then you started to get rumblings that, oh, maybe the reason that they wanted to cease and desist that is because they're working on a remake, and then stronger rumors started to come out, and now, according to a known leaker, the development for Final Fantasy IX Remake is reportedly in trouble, with him also hearing rumors about a possible cancellation. Bro, it's not that difficult, man. Like, I have the... actually, yeah, okay, so within the past 5 or so, 6, 7 years, I was trying to play, because I got the PC version of Final Fantasy IX when it got updated. I guess it was kind of a mobile port that just got put onto Steam. I bought it up because I wanted to play it, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't launch. I don't think it would recognize a controller. It was just really poorly optimized, but I think it ended up getting some updates, and now it's all fixed up, so I might just end up playing that one again, but anyways, or playing it now for the first time when I play through Final Fantasy IX again. With him also, yeah, rumors of its cancellation, a big remake, which shouldn't be that difficult. Spotted on r/yes, Gaming Leaks and Rumors, Nate the Hate recently asked for an update on the FF9 remake status on Reset Era. Okay, so the leaker revealed that last he checked, the remake was still in development. However, he needs to do a fresh check to learn more about the current status. And Nate added that a month ago, he did hear that the 9 remake was in trouble and possibly cancelled. However, he had only one source claiming the cancellation possibility, and that they will have to investigate further to confirm. Regardless, the fact that 9 remake is in trouble will not go down well with fans. Players have been hearing about a 9 remake for a long time now. Rumors have been heating up with a dedicated website launch to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Square Enix recently teased the game on social media, posting a quote from the ending sequence of Final Fantasy IX. Additionally, considering how the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy has performed, a new remake makes a lot of sense. And yeah, this was supposed to be like a one-shot, kind of a upscaled, maybe put into a new engine or something like that, but I don't necessarily think that it's going to be a ground-up expansion because, like, yeah, there are natural places that you could, stop it and put it into, like, if you wanted to do the quote-unquote episodic or multi-release of the original game, like, you could do that, or you could do that the same way that you were going to do, or that you did 7. You could do that with 9. This was rumored to just simply be, a one-shot. But yes, in other news, the producer has teased a port of Final Fantasy 16 for the Switch 2, which, interesting, because that thing runs like hot garbage on PC. And it sold fine, but not gangbusters. 16 is apparently selling poorly on Xbox, which, spoilers, that's a franchise that has never done well on Xbox, okay, even dating back to 13. Yuck. But with Xbox, well, they have their own problems. Let's go ahead and say that. I've done enough videos on that and detailed exactly what the hell is going on over there. Many a time that I don't need to tread over well-trodden ground at this point in time. But yeah, if the remake is in trouble, it kind of flies in the face of what Square Enix is wanting to do moving forward by just simply focusing on the brands that brought them to the dance to begin with. And given how, relatively easy this would be in contrast to everything else that they're planning, like, because you got those Dragon Quest, 1 and 2, I think are coming out in relative short order by the end of the year at least. And yeah, if they're going to be doing something similar to that with 9, it's like it really shouldn't be that intensive. And especially if you've been working on it for a couple of years now, what's the holdup? Maybe a lot of resources were, put into, and now because you're trying to get it across the finish line in September with the Tactics remake, maybe that's why, it's in trouble. It's been, postponed a little bit because some resources are being shifted. That's totally fine. I can understand that. It's just, it's really easy, man. And it's not like it's something that would have snuck up on you. It's the 25th anniversary. And the best that you could do is shovel out a bunch of merch you've already been selling for years. It's like Square Enix, man. You continue to manage, rather, to just snatch defeat from the jaws of victory time and time again. Okay, just to go back to with your stupid fan pandering, or your modern fan pandering bullshit on social media by being one of the 2 companies to support and advocate for fucking Pride Month in June. Makes me sick to my stomach. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Conspello. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.